today's video is about why I started Slimming World, and also as well what to expect when you start Slimming World yourself. So I just want to start off with saying that Slimming World is not for everyone. I am not here saying that Slimming World is the best plan ever. It's the best plan for me, and I'm only coming from my experiences. There is many plans out there which work if you follow them, and people have amazing results for them. Slimming World for me is that plan which I can adapt into my lifestyle, and it works for me, and I don't feel like I'm on a diet, and I really like it. And I know and I completely understand it may be not for you. Why did I start Slimming World? Well, I started Slimming World many times before I committed to it 100%. So why I started Slimming World those 6 times before is peer pressure. I needed to lose weight for a certain outfit or a certain occasion. There was always Christmas coming up or someone's wedding, christening. I lost the weight, a couple of stone here and there for that occasion, and then piled it back on again. And that was why Slimming World at that time didn't work for me, because I wasn't committed to losing the weight. I wanted to lose weight for something, so for a wedding, for an occasion, for I went to group with a friend, for mainly because I knew that friend really wanted it, but that friend wouldn't join without me going, so I went with that friend. But I never did it for me. It was always for something else. And when I decided, when I saw a photograph, I'll insert the photograph here. This is the photograph where I was like, oh my goodness me, Rachel, I don't like what I see. It really upset me, and it was the photograph which I was like, I want to do something. So I went to Slimming World. Slimming World works with 2 things in mind. If you are committed to following the plan and adapting it to your lifestyle, and also having a fantastic consultant, those 2 things will keep you losing weight and keep you motivated enough to keep going to group. And also as well, staying to group really does help. I was one of those pay as you go kind of people, but sticking to group and having that like Slimming World family there on a weekly basis has really helped me as well. So you'll walk through those doors and you'll be absolutely petrified. I was completely petrified when I really wanted this this time round. I started my weight loss journey back in 2017, and I realised, and I set myself some clear goals and boundaries, was I wanted to chop this weight up. I wanted bite-sized milestones. So my first milestone was to get 2 stone off before Christmas. I wasn't thinking about anything else. I was just looking at 2 stone before Christmas. I started in September and I given myself until December. Also as well, I wasn't going to change everything I liked in my food-wise. I was just going to adapt it to Slimming World. So I never had that big shop where I had all this fruit and veg come in. I never started doing recipes or writing it down, because I realised in the past that's something which didn't work for me. If write it, bite it is not your thing, then stop doing it. There's other ways to document what you eat. You could document it on Instagram, or you could document it in your Facebook group on Slimming World. There is lots of ways to do it. For me, I just can't bite it, write it. For me, there's something about that where I feel like I'm on a diet. Don't ask me why. It's just something I feel like. And also as well, I don't particularly like cooking. I want quick, easy, fulfilling meals which I'm not stuck in a kitchen. So those recipe books, as much as they look absolutely gorgeous, are just not for me. So I decided that I was going to look at this plan and find a way where I can adapt it to my lifestyle, and that's what I did. Each week I set little goals. Those little goals started at £1 a loss up to £2 before I started recording my journey on YouTube. Also as well, when I got an unexpected gain, and they are the worst, I never beat myself up about it. I just had to remind myself, as much as it is hard to do that I've had that week, I've had some really good, hearty, healthy food. I've done some body magic. It's the best I can do, and for some reason those scales have just not been my friend that week. We're not going to have an off-plan meal or anything like that, or self-sabotage myself, as much as I've been close to doing that, and I'd just get back on it. Don't get me wrong, I've had those weeks where I've gone, sod it, and I've had that off-plan meal, and afterwards I've just felt a bit rubbish. So it's really having that mindset as well. So Slimming World, what to expect? You'll be walking through those doors and you'll be a bit scared like I was, and you'll have this wonderful consultant who will then greet you, and you'll be then given a new members a book. In this book it has everything you need to know about Slimming World, and they've made it super easy now. There is no green, red days. It's all extra easy, and it is extra easy indeed. I'm not going to go in too much of the depth of the actual plan itself. That's something which you will get more benefit from going to a group or online where Slimming World talk about it more, because I am just a member, I am not a consultant. But the basis of it is you will have lots of speedy food. So like a banana is classed as free food, whereas an apple is classed as speed food. And the reason for that is that apple is going to fill you up a lot more, and it has a lot more beneficial nutrition value to it compared to a banana. That's the gist of it. They're not saying don't eat bananas or anything like that, but it's like getting that speed into your diet. So you'll have speed food, you'll have free foods, which is like fat-free yogurts and Greek natural yogurts. Also as well, fat-free cottage cheese, baked beans, eggs. They're all classed as free food, and that's the food which you'll go towards when you're a little bit hungry or peckish, and go into that speed food as well. And then as well you will have healthy extras. So you'll have your healthy extra A, which is basically milk or cheese, and now you're allowed 2 healthy extra A's. Some people have decided two A's is too much, and they've just stuck to 1. That's entirely up to you. Once again, it's what you feel like. Sometimes I like lots of milky coffees and a bit of cheese, melted cheese on my pasta, so I'll have my 2 A's that day, and maybe one day I just think I only want 1 A. That's entirely up to you how you adapt it into your lifestyle. Then you come up to your B option. Your B option, you have lots of choice here. This is cereals, nuts, soups, things like that is your healthy extra B, and bread as well, and you're only allowed 1 healthy extra B. There's options there where they grab and go, so you could grab 2 Weetabix as a healthy extra B, or 2 Alpen bars, or you could buy some, what they're called? Hi-Fi bars in group, and 2 of those are a healthy extra B. Or you could weigh. This is where you have to weigh. It's really important to weigh and measure your healthy extra A's. So your B's, you can have 60 grams of wholemeal bread, or you can have 40 grams of porridge oats. Make sure you weigh these. These are what's going to protect your weight loss. And then the same with your A choice. Weigh that cheese and also measure your milk out. Also as well, the main part of this is sins. You've probably already heard of sins. So for instance, chocolate has sins to it. If you fancy a Cadbury's cream egg over the Easter period, you can have one. They are 9 sins. At the time of recording this, please double check all sins on the app or calculator. I can get it wrong, and Slimming World like to update their app on a regular basis. So what sins do is allow you to never feel restricted. So you can have packets of crisps, you can have I'm chocolate, and also now that I've been on it for so long, I use my sins a lot more in my food than having snacks on an evening, whereas beforehand I would have really low sin food, and then on a night time I would have a really nice treat plate. Don't get me wrong, I still like those, but mainly now I have it in my food. Those sins are entirely up to you how you want to use them and how you will benefit for them. For me, I'm a chocoholic, so I'll use my sins sometimes on chocolate, but each to their own. All this is explained in here. There is another section called SP. This is something which I have never utilised in my plan just because it's a lot stricter. I am never going to be talk about SP. I don't know enough about it, but there is a lot of channels on here who do SP and they have amazing results. And that's basically the gist of it. That's why I chose Slimming World, because I can adapt it into my lifestyle. When I first started Slimming World this time round, it does feel daunting. It is changing a lifestyle of habits, and I had lots of bad habits, but I took it each week differently. So for instance, the first week I didn't go straight into this, I'll be completely honest. I was drinking a lot of coffee with 2 sugars and they got cut straight away. The first week, the only thing I changed was sugar. I took sugar out of my coffees and also as well made sure that my plates had 1/3 of the speed, and my first week I lost 4 pounds. I am not saying this works for everyone, but for me I had to change these little bad habits week by week, because if I did too much too soon, I would personally feel like I was on a diet. Then the second week came, and then that full fat fizzy pop of mine got reduced to cherry Pepsi Max. Now I see that as a treat, whereas normally that was completely what I would drink. Coca-Cola, full fat, the red can was all me. So the second week, the first week I reduced my sugar went, and then I kept that off out of my coffees, and then I introduced sugar-free pop Coke, Pepsi Max, whatever you want to call it, and that was my second change. Then it went on to my meat. I changed these high fat meat into 5% lean mince, made sure that all my fat was off my bacon, off my meat, and I was buying lean cuts of meat. And slowly but surely these little changes became a lifestyle, and it never felt too much, like I never felt like it was all on me. I just had to take it at my own pace, and that was something which worked for me. I'm not saying that it can work for everyone, but sometimes when you get all this new information, you're really eager to change everything, and then within 2 weeks you think, oh, I can't do this anymore. It becomes too much. For me just doing little things, there is a page in here called swaps, and basically that's what I did each week. I just did swaps. So for my sugar, I took it out and I replaced it with some skinny syrup, which is free on the plan, and you'll find that in TK Maxx. You can find it online and also in Amazon. And also as well, when that ran out and I couldn't get to TK Maxx, then I would buy sweetener tablets, which are free on the plan, and just little things like that really kept me on track. So on page 28 is the swaps. So this is what I did each week. Each different week I did a swap, and then after those weeks it became just normal, and I really enjoyed it. I loved it. And also as well, what I did do, what's completely different that I've never done, is I stuck to group. Going to group for me is a place where everyone in that room knows how you are feeling, knows when you have had a really bad day and you just want to comfort eat, because sometimes people in your family or in your friend circle doesn't get it. They're probably those people who don't eat, and you're like, how can you not eat when you're stressed out? I'm eater. Those people understand your needs. Also as well, if you're lost for ideas, like you're fed up of eating the same thing, there might be group members in there which could give you some recipe ideas. It's a really good place to stop. I felt a bit silly staying, I will be honest, that I was like, oh, this is going to be so boring, that yeah, we got a clap, well done. But I did feel silly the first time I sat in group. But listening to other people's stories and seeing how much their weight loss journey means to them, and then when you hear for instance, Sheila's lost £2 and you know she's worked her bum off that week to get £2, because £2 for her is a hell of a lot of weight to lose because she's not a big loser. You're like, yes, Sheila, that's amazing. And you are cheering you on in the same respect. You get the same in return. It's such a lovely place to be. And basically it's an hour out of your day for you. And for me, going to group every Thursday is something which I do look forward to. Don't get me wrong, there is those weeks where I think, oh, those scales, what they're going to say, but I can't run away from it. I've just got to draw that line and move on with it. So I hope this has helped you. That's why I chose Slimming World. Like I've said at the beginning, this is not me saying Slimming World is the best. It's for absolutely everyone. What I am saying is Slimming World is for me. I like Slimming World. It's got me to a 4 stone weight loss. At my lowest weight, I'd lost 5 stone. At 5 stone loss, yes, I felt amazing. But it's something which I realised that I just couldn't maintain, and I just wasn't really happy, mentally happy at being at a 5 stone loss. So I am at a 4 stone loss, a lot happier. Want to be lower in the numbers, I will be honest, but it's a working process and I've got the full year to see how it goes. But whatever plan you choose, I completely wish you the best, and I'm the biggest cheerleader for people who have been on Slimming World and realised it's not for them and they've gone on to something else. Yeah, you go, and whatever makes you happy and gets you into your happy place, I am right behind you. For me, my happy place is Slimming World. So, as always, food optimised and sending huge positive thoughts. Rachel, bye!